all being targeted across the valley. Tonight, our I-Team has details of a major break in the case, the arrests that were made, and this.
Tensions in the Middle East are spilling out onto colleges here in the U.S. The latest campus, USC. The News at 5 starts now.
NBC4 News at 5 starts with breaking news.
Scuffles broke out between police and protests today. It led to school officials closing off the campus to everyone but students. Good evening, everyone. I'm Annabelle Sedano.
I'm Kathy Vara in for Colleen. This was the view earlier today from News Chopper 4. The politically charged scene today, something that we have seen at other campuses across the country. In Texas, state troopers were called to the University of Texas at Austin. A crowd of pro-Palestinian protesters forming there as well. Hundreds of students marched out of class while chanting. Several people were detained.
And in New York, pro-Palestinian protesters have become an issue on the Columbia University campus. The campus has had only virtual classes for 6 days as it deals with the protests. And this is a live look at the USC campus right now from News Chopper 4. NBC4's Tracy Leong has been at USC all day and joins us with an update. Tracy, how are things looking now?
Yeah, well, Annabelle, right now things are calm, but around 11 this morning, that's when tensions rose between protesters and campus police. If you take a look over here, you can see campus police are standing by, but the difference that we've noticed compared to this morning is they now have riot gear on. The demonstration has been centered at Alumni Park, where people started arriving this morning to place their tents and belongings to camp out. Take a look at this video when University police started to remove protesters' items because USC policy does not allow encampments on campus. That's when you see a protester try to take their bag back and appear to refuse to comply with the officer. At that point, a large scuffle broke out with people surrounding the officers trying to detain the protester. Other protesters tried to get in the way of the officers to stop them. Next, we saw the officer put the protester who was resisting in the back of a campus police car. Demonstrators surrounded the car, not allowing officers to drive away, and began chanting for the protester to be released. This went on for about 15 minutes, and there were multiple scuffles until the protester was finally released. What led University police to release him, we do not know at this time. All right, another chaotic moment was when protesters and students were carrying their tents to keep the officers from taking them. This was before the protester was detained. Demonstrators marched around the park holding megaphones, chanting their demands. The protest here at USC is part of a movement we're seeing at college campuses across the country, becoming a divisive issue on campus and among the public. Today, we saw students, faculty, as well as people outside campus join the protests. I spoke with Burbank Council member Constantine Anthony, who came out to show his support.
USC has invested in a lot of weapons manufacturing and war profiteering for many years. In fact, USC for over 100 years has partnered with the U.S. Army in research grants. So a lot of the kids here are very upset that their tuition dollars are being used to fund the war in Gaza. So that is a big topic of conversation today.
We also spoke with USC students who support Israel. Some of them say they feel scared and are frustrated by these protests.
And to be honest, my leg can't stop shaking. My heart's pounding. I woke up this morning to see that this was happening on campus. And the second I arrived here as a Jewish Israeli, I have my chamsa. I always wear it out, but the second I got here, I put it away.
USC released a statement in response to the protests, saying in part their actions have escalated to the point of confrontation and have threatened the safety of our officers and campus community. As a result, we've closed the campus gates and are taking action to restrict growth of the protests and keep the rest of the campus calm. Out here live, the protesters organizing today's movement say they plan to stay here until their demands are met. This includes USC providing transparency of how they're investing tuition and demands for USC to cut ties with military companies that manufacture weapons. Also, within the last 20 minutes, we saw LAPD officers arrive here on campus to join the campus officers. They are standing by, and of course, we're standing by again. This demonstration behind me has been relatively calm for at least several hours. Reporting live from USC, Tracy Leong, NBC4 News.
Tracy, thank you very much for that update. Meantime, Robert Kavasic continues our team coverage. He's there on campus with police. Robert, are they stepping up security?
I wouldn't say stepping up security, but you just heard from Tracy about the LAPD. They are on the edge of